Hello everyone, Barb here. Well, this is a Christmas card that I am sending out to, I'm going to call them the special people. People like my parents, very special longtime friends from my childhood, aunts and uncles, those special people. And I did a limited number of these. I kind of counted up my people because this one is a lot of die cutting, and I just wasn't excited about die cutting for all the people on my Christmas card list. I love them. They will get cards. They won't be quite this involved. And I think that's perfectly fine. I think it's wonderful to do something extra special for the extra special people in our lives. So I do have most of them done, and I will show you what I'm using. So I've got everything bagged up. This does open, and I totally stole this design, this card layout design. I participated in a card class that was online in October, and this was one of Chelsey Vorosmarty's designs. I just adapted it to work with my size of paper, but really cute. It was called the 31 Days of Christmas, and it was from the creative design team, and it's a Facebook group. I think you might be able to look that up and maybe even sign up to take the class now. Not positive about that, but you can give it a whirl, give it a look, give it a try. I haven't watched everything yet, but what I've seen was worth the money that I spent. On the inside, and I have just a white panel. Isn't that sweet? So you can see I have a black layered on top of some silver, and then I did put black around the back side as well, just because I like that look better than the white of the silver paper. Let's look at what I used. Of course, we have black ink, and I have the sentiment already mounted, though I think I might have it already stamped. These are the card pieces, and we'll look over those in a second. I did use a close to my heart, retired but well-loved embossing folder. My absolute favorite, Hero Arts Infinity Dies Circles. This is the stamps that I used. This was called Joy of the Season, and this I ended up picking up during the closing sale from Close to My Heart. So you might be able to find it out on eBay or something like that. Close to My Heart closed in June. These are my instructions, and this is from Spellbinders, and you can tell because the dies are kind of a copper gold. Isn't that beautiful? It's called Christmas Bird Poinsettia. I think it's still available. I got it this year. I think it was released last year, and love it. So I just had it all bagged up. Okay, so I'm going to open up my pre-kitted goodies here. In fact, I think I have some things already put together. That's okay. So we've got the insert with our sentiment. Got all my little pieces here. Hopefully I have enough of everything, because the math on this project has been interesting. I didn't think I had enough, so I cut out more pieces. Then I went back and looked and realized, oh, you have too many pieces. It was a thing. So here we have our black main base page. You can see it here. It measures 9 3/8 by 5.5. Score it at 1.5 and at 5.5, and that will give you this. Now, I didn't do it on this one, but I do recommend that after you've done your scoring, you cut off about 1/8 of an inch. So that looks like this from this edge. It just relieves the bulkiness in there, but we're gonna go with, you don't have to obviously, but I think it does make a difference. You can see I did it on this one. So it's a little shorter there, and it just relieves some of that extra paper. Okay. We need a black circle, and this is 3.5 inches, a silver circle, 3.5 inches, and a black circle that is 3.25 inches. So we're going to glue our circles together. Just like this. I get this too close and I'm out of frame, and I apologize for that. I need to bump up a little bit. There we go. So that's the back side. Flip it over to the silver side, and then we'll put this other little circle. In Chelsey's version, she had enough room to heat emboss, a little sentiment on there. I was lazy. I wasn't doing that. So here we go. First layer, candy cane. I'm gonna move this over so you can kind of look at it. I'm using this as my example. So I'm gonna put some glue in the middle of the candy cane. Oh, but you know what? Before we do that, we need to attach this. I suppose you wouldn't have to. So I'm laying it on here, getting it centered, and then I'm gonna take my fingers and I'm pinching and flipping it over and grabbing it. So I know that my glue has to be on this side of my fingers. If you put the glue on the other side of your fingers, you will glue your card closed, and you will be very, very sad. So here we go. We'll put that down. And now we can put down our candy cane. And I'm just gluing the middle. Here we go. Then I got the poinsettia layers. I'm putting glue in the middle, not going all the way out. That's important because we need to tuck. And as I was figuring out how it would be best to put this together, I did try the press and seal, where you put the press and seal on the whole deal and lift it up and then glue and then try to... Don't bother. It might work for some projects, but not this one. Just do your tucking. A little bit of glue, and we're going to start layering. Here we go. And as far as how this is all placed, I used the packaging as my guide. That beautiful example worked really well so that I could see how to tuck all of these little goodies in. And how are you all doing? Do you all have your Christmas cards done? I am just about done and ready to start writing everything out. These colors are a little different. I didn't do them all the same. So we are going to tuck this guy. And on these, I'm just tearing off a little tiny bit. And so you can see why it's important not to glue out to the edge of the poinsettia, because we need to tuck our little goodies underneath there. Okay, we'll head over here. On these little guys, there are some little itty bitty bits that don't come out. So you just take a pokey tool, give it a little jabberoo. Boy, things are wiggling around today. Not so good. And gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm just gonna pull a little of that stem off. Otherwise it sticks out too far. Okay. And a couple more of these holly leaves. Those pretty. And you could do a little spattering. I am also tearing off a little bit of this one. And poke out. And if you don't poke out, not the end of the world. Most people probably don't look that close. You just want to make sure that you're keeping your greenery within the confines of your background panel so that you can put it in an envelope without bending everything up. Okay, so we've got that part done, and you see how that opens? Isn't that neat? And that one is in there, so we don't even need this guy. We had a spare. These panels here, this one here on this little tiny one is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. Then this is 3 5/8 by 5 1/4. And then this was 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And you can kind of hover over that and jot things down. You can pause the video. I used black ink, and that's close to my heart, Joy of the Season, which is retired, and so is the black ink. Anything close to my heart is retired. But isn't that pretty? I just love it. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you are having a wonderful Christmas season and that you are making lots of lovely little goodies for the special people in your life or for yourself. Have a blessed, crafty day. I'll see you next time.